Ladies and gentlemen, people of the media, thank you for coming to today's 6 May 2019. Time it starts. Apology for starting late at 11:30. But however, let me proceed from HBR Foundation. Dear media, the people of South Africa, and the international community, welcome to the media release again from HBR Foundation. HBR Foundation has observed elections since 2014, national election to date, and we've realized and noted that there are vulnerabilities within the IEC since 2014, and we've raised the matter at the national workshop. However, we've also raised this because of the fact that South African observers are clearly sidelined to observe, so as not to be able to monitor and observe the IEC itself. The IEC is undermining local observers and its unresolved vulnerabilities, which are the cornerstone and true pillars of centralizing elections and results thereof. The local observers are given accreditation a month from elections, so that they do not have the time to mobilize resources that would enable them to be able to deploy observers in key strategic areas for the duration of the counting, capturing, and reporting results. Local observers are not funded by any entities of the state or corporate or even international community, which makes the volunteers vulnerable. IEC is frustrating our volunteers with simple issues of food and transportation during elections. Yet it wants to control the observer missions, both local and international. We have more than 100 to 200 people who have asked if they can observe these elections with us, and they also have asked for a simple day's catering and transport, or even stipend for a day's work. We can't assist, and we can't even recruit them to focus on observing the elections for the duration of the election. In terms of what are the vulnerabilities of the IEC? We welcome all the measures that has been put into place that have been made at polling stations, and the training of party agents and observers. But after witnessing the manipulation of the 2014 general elections, we hereby request that all political parties should be allowed by IEC to observe at the capture stage and auditing stage, which are critical points. We have experienced and observed during 2014 national elections, where the IEC officials were amending the results of the polling stations on their own and signing them and submitting them to the auditors, which is a process. And this process is meant to audit and verify results from polling stations and capture the final results. While political parties wait for results at the center, we see this process as too trusting the system that is open to human error and human manipulation. It be noted that we don't know which party those IEC officials will be manipulating the results for and why. You will see there's a diagram 1.1, as illustrated by IEC. It be noted that in our Observer 2014 report to IEC was informed, and the concern was also raised at the National IEC Observer Workshop, which took place earlier last month on the 15th to the 16th of April. We request media to question IEC, and it requests someone senior above above Mr. Kalembe to respond, because Mr. Kalembe has failed to address this concern at the workshop but brushed it off. We are tempted to say he has his own mission other than that of the IEC. Where the electronic system was not monitored, there are discrepancies. And where the electronic system shut down, there were also discrepancies, as we observed. We are avoiding to enter a state of emergency. We are avoiding any civil war or bloodshed battles due to manipulation of results among parties. We have seen in Africa that people die as a result of such negligence, and that the refusal of election results due to manipulation of results. Our recommendation: we at HBR Foundation resolve to recommend that immediately after the election, when Parliament officially opens, we will be writing to the Speaker to request that the IEC Act be amended and that of the Political Party Fund amended, Political Party Fund Act be amended, so as to include the South African Observer Fund. Secondly, and most important, is that we request that every capturing point and auditing stages, which are critical for deepening democracy, that every political party to have a representative in collaboration with observations in observing and objecting if there are any illegal discrepancies on time. If IEC refuses that all political parties to observe, if IEC refuses that all political parties to observe all the stages of data capturing, we request and appeal to political parties to urgently approach the courts in pursuit of a free, fair, and transparent democratic elections. Furthermore, media to be allowed to enter and take pictures at these areas and report freely. Thirdly, we appeal to sponsors and funders to assist us and assist in sponsoring local observers to carry their national call of duty, which results in political stability, democratic country, a stable economy, and a growing nation. Lastly, we are requesting intelligence unit to refrain from interfering with the observer missions and not participate in order to avoid and stop participating to avoid confusion and delay in the local observer missions plan to ensure that South Africa is a democratic country. For the safety of the members of HBR Foundation and their volunteers, we are considering to withdraw from observing the 2019 elections, 2019 Republic of South African national and provincial elections, noting that we have not received any accreditation pack to date. When today marks the first day of the election in the international poll, and a day before a special election day taking place, and the main elections in 2 days' time. Also, there is a matter. This matter does not have. This matter has not been taken seriously and given the necessary seriousness attention it deserves. As observers, role is not to observe political parties only, but to observe the conduct of IEC and whether it executes its mandate as per the Constitution of South Africa. Observer mission should not rely on IEC for IEC cannot be the player and the referee at the same time. I'd like to take this opportunity to wish all political parties success. And as we observe this as we observe the will of the people manifest in 2019 and accept the outcome. Furthermore, let's embrace free, fair, and democratic elections. HBR Foundation is a is an organization that is non-political, non-governmental organization that aims to deepen and strengthen democracy in the country. It also aims to advance the socio-economic advancement and upliftment of the lives and well-being of the people of South Africa. There is an audio for when you raise the message IEC on the 15 and 16 yours is lastly, this is a diagram where we are calling for political parties to participate. In this space here, it is where manipulation of results are taking place. During, people will vote here, all party agencies are here, the vehicle, then the ballots will be transported to a particular area. During where they are, that's when we saw that the BD voting station outcomes are being manipulated and are now being exposed